All right, we're live. I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go, everyone. Okay, so for the first 10 minutes, I will be just taking freebie AMA questions while we wait for the Ignobel stream to start. I believe they start in about 15 minutes. I will shortly drop the email where you can send screenshots proving that you donated to your local PBS station. If you do, I will spin this wheel and you will get Where's My Hoverboard, in which I complain that the future isn't here fast enough. uh, Great Old Ig, in which I read old Ig Nobels and tell you about cool ones I like. Reckless Speculation. This is where I just predict what will happen in the future in science and technology. Spooky Science. I tell you something about science that is spooky. Dealer's Choice slash I tell you about the library. I think people don't know enough about what they could do at the library for free. So that's what I'll do in these spaces. Neat Critter. I tell you about a neat critter. So bad it's good. That so bad it's good. Sci-fi, great sci-fi, and cool plant. So that is how that will work. Let me check the chat, make sure I'm doing everything right. Who knows? As far as the fundraiser, again, if you were not familiar before, this is a fundraiser for your local PBS station. If you email me a screenshot of you giving to your local PBS station and redact your information, I don't want to know your personal details. If you send me a screenshot of a donation to your local PBS station, I will spin a wheel and give you a fun fact in exchange. All of the like in chat stuff, like if you super like, that'll go to the moderator, who's my little brother. He'll be here shortly, Dr. Mitosis, our moderator. But he's on the school bus because my brother's a kid. This chat is PG-13. Everyone be good. Okay. Let's check on if Ig Nobels. You do not get a tote bag. I mean, not from me. Your local station might give you a tote bag. And if they do, tell me. Oh my god, I want to know what all the different station tote bag designs are like. That'd be so cool. I am in my best, Miss Frizzle drag, including Liz the Lizard, courtesy of my lovely lady, my girlfriend Angie. That's gonna be here until it gets so sweaty that I can't handle it. I am already sweaty. I will continue to be sweaty. Not only does my apartment not have air conditioning, but it's a warm day and I have the ring light on and no fans because they're loud. If anyone could just put in the chat if the audio is okay, then it'll be time soon. Audio is tolerable. All right. I'll take it. So I'm gonna check once again on the Ig Nobel stream. Once again, for anyone joining, there's 61 whole people here. That's so exciting. I'm Sage the Bad Naturalist. This is a live stream in which we watch the Ig Nobels. They will be going live shortly. The Ig Nobels, in case you are unfamiliar, are the Razzies of science. They are awards given to real life scientific researchers who do silly research, specifically research that first makes you laugh, but then makes you think. And that's like my favorite thing. So the Ig Nobels are held every year at MIT. And the individual awards are presented by real Nobel laureates, which is both funny and a little bit cruel. So I am going to link to them. They are also so their ceremony starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, but they do like a little pre-show thing that I wanted to be here for. But yeah, I will take if anyone would like to ask an AMA, please just write AMA : and then write your question. Eastern time is UTC -4. Adjust accordingly. So that's me watching Ignobels. I will switch it so the Ignobels are small. You should watch their stream. I will put it in the chat, and then I'll also put it in the description. Do I have any AMAs yet? I guess Razzies of Science does imply it's bad, but a lot of people like sort of lovingly give Razzies. I guess I should say it's just the silly awards of science. Do I have a favorite kind of slime mold? Well, I guess I should say the one that I have is my favorite, but it's certainly like the most normy one. Um, I have a slime mold called Physarum polycephalum. If you've ever seen that Thought Emporium video where he has a slime mold do all sorts of stuff, I have that same kind. It's very easy to get on the internet. You can just buy it from like lab supply companies, like where like high school science teachers order from. I got mine in a dehydrated form. She basically came in these little flakes of like crust stuck to little bits of paper, and it came with a packet of what looked like instant oatmeal, but it specifically said sterilized. And then yeah, you just put her in a petri dish that's humid, like this damn apartment. And then it'll expand and slime mold eat by because they're amoeba, they like surround their food. They don't have a mouth. So they just completely envelop a single little bit of food at a time, in this case oat flakes, until it's all digested. It's all gross. So that's my favorite because she's mine. My slime mold is named Blobina. Oh my god, I've had my dashboard open this whole time. Well, that's my dashboard, everyone. I didn't mean to do that. Can you tell it's my first time doing a live stream? Let's see. Have they started? All right, I've got another question. Why did I decide to start doing this channel? Oh, well, I can actually answer two in one. So a couple people asked about the big board. I have been doing this channel for a couple years now. It became popular, the video that this board corresponds to, which is that so a scientist in India found a mushroom growing out of a living frog. That happened. That's a real thing that happened, or at least it appeared to be a mushroom growing out of a living frog. It's somewhat unclear exactly how all that happened. Or if it was just like stuck to it. So big board are the my various hypotheses of how that could have happened. It's a little bit cut off. But in order, Froggy got a splinter. I think the first possibility is that the frog got a splinter, which was already had some mushroom growing out of it. Next possibility is xenomorph A. So xenomorph A is that it's like a chest burster, like literally like a mushroom grew out of a frog. Xenomorph B is that it grew out of the frog's skin, like the thin layer of like when frogs are shedding. There's like sometimes about a day when they still have their outer skin still stuck to them, but it's not living skin anymore. Parasitic bug larvae. That's the only one I've completely eliminated. That's the only one I've completely eliminated. It is definitely not a parasitic bug larvae. I looked at all the ones that can infect frogs, and it doesn't look like that mushroom. And finally, call Pedro Pascal if it's like a Last of Us situation, but it's not cordyceps, and I don't think it's this. Okay. Yeah, so the stream is rebroadcast, both mine and the Ig Nobel one. Let's see if they started. Oh, can you hear the Ig Nobel? Can you hear like audience noise? Okay, good. Okay. Oh, someone can't hear me. Let me know if the sound is coming in okay. I'm going to be on my little bitty computer, separate from this, to have the the email open so I can see what people give to PBS. For anyone just joining, this is a live stream that I'm doing as a fundraiser for your local PBS station. If you give money to your local PBS, I will spin this wheel and give you a fun fact out of gratitude in exchange. If anyone has, whoa, my computer did something strange. There we go. If anyone doesn't know who I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. I make strange videos about science. If I'm conspicuously sweaty, it's because it's very warm in here. I don't have an air conditioner, and also the ring light is very warm. I'll take another AMA while they get started. I have absolutely started my Miss Frizzle arc. I didn't even buy this dress. Someone gave me this dress. Moreover, this same person gave me this glass that is Miss Frizzle, and my girlfriend gave me Liz the Lizard, as in Miss Frizzle. I'm not doing this on purpose. Other people have assigned me to be Miss Frizzle, and it's some people seek out greatness, and other people are obviously a lesbian who likes science, and then everyone says, "Well, that's Miss Frizzle extra right there." Excuse me. Okay, let me. All right, email is going in the chat. Everybody be normal. This email is only open and reviewed to look at PBS receipts. Again, please email me a screenshot which you have redacted your information from. I don't need to know where you live. Email it to the address I'm about to put in the chat. If I'm able to pin comments, I will pin it. Yeah, if you give money to PBS, I'll spin the wheel and give you a fun fact in exchange. Otherwise, if anyone does a super like or whatever, I'm giving it to my little brother, Dr. Mitosis, who will be moderating and joining us shortly. If you send a photo of your dog, I will look at it. You don't get a spin of the wheel, but I do like dogs. So I'm gonna put an AMA in here. AMA, but for in like an hour. What's the weirdest email you've gotten during this stream? I will absolutely answer that at the end. That's gonna be a good one. If anyone would like to ask any questions, just make sure to put in the chat AMA colon so that I can quickly scan it. Let's see. AMA, have you gotten anything weird from this email system? No, not yet. Thank goodness. I hope nothing weird. Although my regular email, if you ever want to send an email to Sage the Bad Naturalist with like science stuff, I do pretty frequently, probably like a couple times a month. I get emails from like scientists or especially a lot of masters and PhD students of like, hey, you made a video about my research topic. Do you want to learn more? Here's a presentation I did at a conference last week, and I love getting those. So yeah, if you're a researcher and researching something I've done a video about, I want to learn more. Oh, sorry, just a second. You think I have done this before, but I don't know. I thought I'll just wing it. AMA, what's my favorite extinct taxon? Oh, God, it's a good one. I gotta think about that for a second. Okay. Can I pin this? I can. Great. AMA, thoughts on soft-bodied creatures? What in general? Just anything squishy? Uh, um, like all the gelatinous stuff in the ocean, like the what's that thing? The leaf sheep, and like jellyfish and whatnot. Freaks. I love those little freaks. Oh, what's my favorite sense? Oh, proprioception. 100% proprioception. Of all the human senses, what is my favorite? The fact that you can be aware of like your where your body is in relation to other things and where other things are with you without touching. Like the fact that you have proprioception of like where your body is, even without seeing it, without touching anything else. That's a good one. That's a real good sense. AMA scariest primate? Well, the correct answer to scariest primate is of course chimpanzees because they are very strong and that is scary. But I think the one that frightens me the most are tarsiers, just because those eyeballs are really upsetting. But I know that's not frightened in the way that is probably meant, but I at least find them upsetting, unsettling. Okay. So for anyone who has just joined, I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. This stream is a fundraiser for PBS. If you look at the pinned comment, you can join watching on your own. Let them get that ad revenue. The Ignobels, because this is just video, not audio. You can't hear the audio of the Ignobels. Ignobels are awards in science for research which first makes you laugh, then makes you think. And I'm a big fan. I like it when scientists are a little lighthearted and silly. They throw paper airplanes. There's a designated child who just yells, "I'm bored, please stop," whenever someone's thank you speech goes on too long. It's a good time. So if you send an email with your information redacted, I don't want to know where you live. If you send an email confirming that you donate to PBS, I will spin the wheel and give you a fun fact in exchange. And if I am not mistaken, drum roll please, anyone. I have to trust that you're all drum rolling. We got our first donation. Donation from initials JB. JB, whoever you are, thank you so much for donating to Austin Public Media. Oh, that's so great. All right. I don't give a damn how much you give. If you only got $1, give PBS that dollar. So, thank you so much, Austin. You get the first ever spin of the wheel. Is everyone excited? You better be excited. I better see some yays. So bad it's good sci-fi. Congratulations. Initials JB, you get the first ever spin of the wheel. Thank you so much for donating to your local PBS station. I would like to tell you about a sci-fi that's so bad it's good. This is gonna sound like the easy one, but it's also true. The movie The Core. In case anyone has not seen this, holy cow, this movie is cuckoo bananas. The premise of this film, it opens in which people with pacemakers just like immediately collapse to the ground. No one knows why. And then a bunch of birds start freaking out. All the birds start freaking out. Why? Because the core of the earth has stopped spinning and no one knows why. No other effects besides those two. The core of the earth has stopped spinning, but the only thing that has happened is that people with pacemakers fell over and birds got confused, and it gets dumber from there. It is one of the most entertaining movies I have ever seen. It is so bad. If you passed elementary school earth science, you know enough to know everything that is wrong with it and therefore have a good time. Thank you again for donating to PBS. All right. Ignobels are. Nope, they're still getting ready. All right, I'm going to keep checking the chat. Do I have any pets to show you? I wish. The channel's official animal is Maxwell. He is PH dog. He is not my dog, but when I started the channel, I had roommates, and he is my roommate's dog. Um, I I would like for him to make another appearance. I am currently researching a video which is tentatively titled "What's Up with Dog Brains?" Because well, how come all dogs are the same smart even though their brains are different sizes? Like, what's up with that? Like a greyhound has a much bigger head than a chihuahua, but they're about the same smart. What? What? And I know that like obviously elephants aren't like super geniuses as compared to us. Like I know there's more to it and like how like densely folded the brain is, but like it's interesting that a brain with the same software. So that's a video. What's up, dog brains? The only pet that is vaguely very nice and very sweet. So he'll make an appearance later this year. All right, time to refresh the email, see if we have anyone else who has generously donated literally anything, doesn't matter, to their local PBS station. Initials ABC has donated to their local PBS station. No, they haven't. They sent me, oh my God. Someone sent me a print and cut out thing, and it's a, oh my God, I can't screen share because it's on the other machine, and I think I don't want to. Very funny. They sent me a cutout and print at home to like cut and make into a 3D shape. It's a rat. It's rat fur texture, and the face is on one of them. It's a triangle. When you fold it all together, it becomes a pyramid. I will be printing this. I will be folding it. I will be putting it on my desk. Uh, that's not what this email address is for. So I'm not going to say thank you, but I'm not mad either. Once again, if anyone would like to give money to their local PBS station, I will spin this wheel and give you a fun fact or other somewhat related things, because I think it's good to give to PBS. They need the money. And if you like do like a super chat, I don't really know how this works. That money will go to my little brother, who is the chat moderator. He is named Dr. Mitosis, and he will be with us shortly. Let me see if we have any more AMAs. If you'd like to ask, if you would like to ask me anything, please put in the chat AMA colon and then your question so that I can scan and quickly see it. My favorite element. Oh, it's starting. All right, everyone. If you have the other one, the Ig Nobels are starting. So this is, I'm going to say it again. Hello to the 91 people here. This is so crazy that all these people tuned in. We are live streaming. We are watching together the Ig Nobel Awards. Do open in your own browser or your own tab so that you can hear it. This does not stream the audio because I'm just listening to it on my computer. Their stream. The Ig Nobels are awards for which first makes you laugh, then makes you think. I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. I'm doing this for fun because I love PBS and I like silly science stuff. So if you would like to make a donation to your local PBS station and send me a screenshot of the receipt with your information redacted, I will spin this wheel and give you a fun fact out of gratitude. Give them $1, give them 10. It truly does all make a difference. PBS, your local stations run on a very tight budget, and each additional buck, buys them another minute of airtime or another set of coffee pods to keep them going. So if you would like to give to your local PBS station, I would think that's a cool thing to do, and I'll spin this wheel and give you a fact in exchange. They are still shuffling around. We still have time. I'm checking the inbox. All right, we got another PBS donation with a bonus picture of a dinosaur and a cat. Okay, new rule. If you want to send me a picture of a dinosaur and or your pet, I want to see it because you better also attach a donation to PBS. Again, you can give them as little as $1. It would mean a lot to them. All right. Initials AB. Thank you so much for giving to your local PBS station. Let's see what station we have. Ooh, Detroit PBS. Dope. All right. And the wheel says, your the gratitude, the abstract gift I give you in exchange, is to tell you about a great sci-fi. I'm going to tell you about a great sci-fi book, actually. So you probably know Michael Crichton. He wrote Jurassic Park. So prior to Jurassic Park, he wrote much less books that are obviously meant to be movies. So he wrote this book, Andromeda Strain. It's very good. It takes place in the 60s, and the premise of Andromeda Strain is that there is some kind of pathogen from space that has very mysteriously infected people on Earth, and a team of brilliant scientists have to figure out what's going on. And it's particularly good because we're following characters who are researchers. You very literally follow them through all the various stages of like decontamination that they have to think through, like incinerating their clothes, and they like walk through this like before they can get to the lab, they like walk and like dunk themselves in this sanitization tank to make sure that there's like no microbes on their skin that could interact with it. There's risk of it breaching, of people spreading it to each other unknowingly. It's very mysterious. It's a slow burn until suddenly everything goes wrong. It's very good. So if you like sci-fi novels, I would recommend Andromeda Strain. It's quite good. There's a movie. I haven't seen it, but I hear it's bad. Thank you again for donating to your local PBS station. All right. Some other questions in the chat. Let's see. Would I consider collaboration with Black Forager? Oh my god, yeah, if they would collaborate with me. It's just out of is it our no, it's not our friend this time. Alexis Nicole has Black Forager has once interacted with one of my videos, and I gasped. I got a little lightheaded. I was so excited. This is their vote for what they think the mushroom growing out of a living frog is. They think it's a coincidence. They think that it was a fruited mushroom that like snapped off and just got stuck to frogs because they're covered in mucus and they're kind of sticky. Yeah, they stitched my video, and that's their vote. I would love to collaborate with them. They're so cool. They're they're like they're like so knowledgeable and cool. What else is there to say? They're like just cool. Okay. Oh, if you are sorry, this was very Amerocentric of me. If you are watching and not from America but would like to give money to PBS, you could just give money to like any PBS station if you don't have a local one. Or you could just give to PBS, like just pbs.org, pbs.org. You can just give the whole institution a donation. The way that their money works is that when individual stations fundraise for themselves, they get to keep most of it. And then national PBS will subsidize stations with their money because they get grants on national level. So, they do share with each other. But it's always best to give to your local station so that they can see that, oh, there's interest, there's support for the station. We got to keep it running. All right. What happened? Oh, I scrolled. Oh, boy. I swear I'm an adult who's been using a computer my whole life. Okay. Fun fact, Michael Crichton is super tall. 6'10"? Is that true? Is that true? How tall is Michael, or was Michael Crichton? Boy, 6'9". Tall guy. Weird. I'm taking AMAs while we wait for the Ig Nobels to start. Hello to, it looks like not too many new people have joined, so I won't repeat their spiel in detail other than this is a live stream to raise money for your local PBS station. If you do not have a local PBS station, just give to regular, just the national PBS, pbs.org. If you send me an email with a screenshot of your donation to PBS with your information redacted, I don't need to know your address. If you send it to the email in the pinned comment, I will spin the wheel and give you a fun fact or an opinion on various science related things. Uh, Otherwise, hang out. Okay. Let's see. I have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters. My partner and her friend watched it the other day. The friend is super into it. They watched it like 5 times. It looked good. I was just tired, so I didn't watch it. But the artwork looks really neat. I love Spider Verse. Like, oh my god, those are so good. Same thing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the newest one. That animation style that incorporates a little bit of comic book page to it. You know embraces the fact that it's 3D animation. You could do literally anything. So you just add extra stuff, make it fun, make the frame rate a little jittery, make the frame rate different between characters and backgrounds. I love it. I love that. Great artistic choices. So I will eventually watch K-pop and Demon Hunters, but probably not for a long time. Okay, I've got another question. What is my favorite comfort show? Oh, I have a few. I'm not super into TV, so it is a short list. Uh, my blood pressure goes way down if I watch any episode of How It's Made, specifically the episodes narrated by Brooks Moore, the old Canadian guy. Any of the other narrators, I can't even watch it. I can't tolerate it. Absolutely not. But any How It's Made, doesn't matter what they're making. Narrated by Brooks Moore, the old guy who did the new episodes when it was on Science Channel in like the like '05 to 10 era, I guess is when, excuse me, when I was watching it. That is like, oh, everything's gonna be okay. That's definitely one of my comfort shows. As far as new fun media, I have seen Inside Job, the cartoon Inside Job. I've seen it all the way through about 4 or 5 times. I feel bad for them that they got canceled halfway through a second season. They got rushed into doing so. Like that's messed up. Where you gotta rush them so it's not up to their standard of quality, and then cancel it halfway through. So that's whack. All right, got another AMA. Have you watched The Second Best Hospital in the Galaxy? No, but that sounds like the sort of thing I would like. Let's look that up. Oh, it's animated. Brilliant female alien doctors. I will watch this. Thank you for the recommendation. That looks like the Ig Nobels are starting. Have I read any Octavia Butler? No, isn't that terrible? I checked out is Parable of the Sower Octavia Butler? Isn't that just shameful of me? Yeah, I know. I meant to forever, and then and then I didn't. But I really should. I read N.K. Jemisin, who was like the only other Black female sci-fi author who has attained notoriety. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a real shame. I need to go to the library. I have one library book checked out that I need to return. When I return this, I will check out whatever sci-fi they got on hand written by a period book. Someone in the comments mentioned that LeVar Burton said it was good. Well, I can't argue with LeVar Burton. I mean, as a real go to the library and enjoy PBS kind of person, I cannot argue with LeVar Burton. The Ig Nobels are starting. I'm gonna shut up for a minute. All right. So the Ig Nobels have started. If you were here to watch the Ig Nobels, I am not. I'm not like. I'm not doing one of those babysit streams where like I just like ape someone else's stream buddy. Go watch their stream on the Ig Nobels. It is in the pinned comment. I'll be taking AMAs for any dead time. Again, this I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. This is a live stream in which you can watch the watch. This is the watch party, excuse me, for the Ig Nobels. As you can see above me, there they are. Ig Nobels are awards for silly science, and I think that is very cool. If you would like to spin this wheel, you can't because you're somewhere. I am not, but I'll spin it for you, and I'll give you in exchange things like telling you about a cool plant. Shouting, "Where's my hoverboard?" In which I complain that futuristic technology that ought to be here isn't. Um, I'll do some reckless speculation of what will happen in the future, or tell you about a neat critter. Those are the sorts of things that you can expect. The blank spaces are dealer's choice, and Sage rants about how awesome the library is. Ooh, someone has already gotten to the paper airplane part. That's because apparently I paused it. I'm not in sync with the live. Jeez Louise. All right, so they are throwing the airplanes, and of course they are playing the what's his name? Tom Weir does that song that's like all the elements. The paper airplanes, that is a tradition they do every year. For anyone just joining, the Ig Nobels are just it's a delightful, silly day in science in which real Nobel laureates give out awards to other real life researchers for doing silly research that first makes you laugh and then makes you think. Told you it was Tom Layer. He did pass away this year. If you have not heard Tom Lair's music and you like nerdy music, you will love Tom Lair. Funny, funny, funny man. Mathematician who just had a separate career making funny music. Amazing. It's the welcome speech. Oh wait, where's my slide whistle? Oh my god! Of all the times, I do not know where my slide whistle is. Damn it! Where did I put it? Ah! Completely forgot. It is the 35th first annual Ig Nobel Prize award ceremony that we are the watch party for. Do you have this open in another stream? Because I am listening to it. But you know, if you like super don't care, I guess you can just have mine. But it's fun. It's a fun award ceremony. If you give money to PBS, I will thank you by spinning this wheel. Oh, I'm so glad I brightened someone's day. Oh, who's the MC? Oh, Doug's the editor. All right, so I'm gonna check. I think I have some more donations. So yes, 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 yes. All right. From initials WH, we have a new PBS donation. For anyone who has just joined, I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. This is a viewing party for the Ig Nobels. If you need the link, it's in the pinned comment. If you email me a screenshot with your information redacted, a screenshot of you donating to your local PBS station, I don't give a damn how much. Give them $1 if that's all you got. If you do that, I will express my gratitude by spinning this wheel and giving you a fun fact or related. We got one here, which was a donation to WTTW. I don't even know where that is. Oh my god! And they included a dog in a sweatshirt. If you give a PBS donation, I will be accepting at most 2 additional attachments in the email of cute animals. I would like that. All right, WH, thank you so much for your donation. Oh, I thought I was gonna get it. Okay, we got Neat Critter, in which I tell you about a neat critter. I would like to tell you about pangolins. You've probably seen them, even if that doesn't immediately come to mind. Pangolins are an outer armor kind of animal. They are absolutely so cute and so precious. They can like curl up into a ball like a kind of like a roly poly does. They're about this big, stretched out, this big as a ball, maybe a little smaller, and they have very cool like scales that are triangular that nest into each other, and they can curl tight into a ball. They can use the ball to roll around when they need to. I adore this little animal because if nothing else, if all of that weren't neat enough, when they walk around, they only walk around on their back 2 legs. Their front 2 arms are kind of small. They hold their hands together when they walk, so they look like they just, oh, pardon me, no, just going for a walk. Oh, excuse me, delightful. They are an endangered animal, so if you ever see one out and about, I don't remember where you would. Don't bother it. Oh my god! Correction. The most recent donation that I spun the wheel for, that was not a dog in a sweatshirt. That was a dog in a snowsuit. Fantastic. All right, let's check again. Oh, there's more PBS donations. Oh, this makes me so happy. We do have a special guest. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I would like to introduce to you our special guest. Special guest, what is your name?
My name's Angie.
What is your code name?
I don't
You forgot to come up with one?
know. I forgot.
Unbelievable. Okay, here's our special guest who doesn't have a cool code name because she forgot to come up with one. My wonderful girlfriend, whom I adore more than the whole world itself, Angie. Woo! This is girlfriend Angie.
That's me.
Get in frame. This is my girlfriend. I love her so much. She tolerates my shenanigans and enables most, but not all of them. And she would like to spin the wheel.
Also, because I donated to PBS. Thank you for your donation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got dealer's choice / Sage rants about the last one.
Ooh. Tell folks about
Bye. Bye. I love you.
I love you too.
Watch my stream in the other room so I get another view.
I am watching it.
Oh, she's already watching it. That was my girlfriend Angie. I adore her. That's a different squid hat than the one that you saw me wear. If you saw the squid coat video, we are amassing something of a collection. So because my girlfriend donated to PBS, even though we already have PBS passport, she gave an extra donation to our local station. So dealer's choice, in this case, Sage, tells you, not rants, raves about the public library. There is a business out there on Al Gore's blessed internet. I think it's called Mubi. It's not Tubi. It's one of those. They're all kind of made up. And it's a streaming service that's like all the best artistic movies, like Criterion Collection type thing. And you pay money for this thing, which is ridiculous to me because if you have a public library card, you can watch that for no dollars. No dollars is less than subscription dollars. Canopy, spelled with a K, Canopy like a a thing that goes over you. Canopy, spelled with a K, is a streaming service which is strictly for libraries, university libraries, public libraries. If you have access to either, if you have some kind of library card, your library system is almost certainly already subscribed to Canopy, in which you get, I think, like 20 movies or seasons of a show every month. It's free. It's no dollars. It's already paid for with your library card, and they have ever changing selection. It's a streaming service that costs no money, and everything on there is good. Like absolutely everything is on there. That's like the sort of things that you might get assigned in film class, or great classics, or for like certain times of year, if like a famous studio just turned 100 years old. Like I think they did classic era MGM a few months ago. So like all the studio system era movies were on there. A lot of BBC shows are on there. If you don't want to pay for the complicated iPlayer thing to watch BBC outside of England, and you have a library card, you can watch all the various dull crime shows that they make. Canopy is awesome. Everyone should use it because it's free with your public library card, which you have. Don't have one? Get one. Yes, the most recent comment. You're absolutely right. Part of the reason no one knows is that they don't have an ad budget because it's supported by libraries. So I'm their ad budget. I will always, always, always take opportunities to hype up the public library. It is truly one of the most incredible institutions to have ever developed. The first ever public library was in the city of Philadelphia, and I used to go to that library when I lived there. It's gorgeous. First ever American public library, I think. I think someone mentioned that they don't have an American Public Library card. Canopy has a few. There's they. I don't remember if they have any contracts with. They definitely have international university contracts. There is some version of this that doesn't require an American Library card. It's worth checking. Okay, I'm going to unmute mine because I'm going to watch a little of Ignore Bells. For anyone who has just joined, I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. This stream is a fundraiser for PBS. If you give money to your local PBS station and send me a screenshot of your donation to the email in the pinned comment, I will express my gratitude by spinning this wheel and telling you a related fun fact. Otherwise, just hang out and watch the Ig Nobels, which are awards for silly science. Let's see. Okay. Oh, new PBS donation. Okay. We have a PBS donation. Thank you, initials SA. Thank you for donating to PBS. You could have included a normal picture of your cat, but you included that one. That was a choice. Anyway, thank you for your donation to PBS. You know who you are, and you know what picture of your cat you sent me. I will spin the wheel. Oh, they donated to Twin Cities Public Media. Very cool. Cool. What? Oh. I think this wheel is not evenly weighted. I'm going to say it went on Cool Plant because it keeps going back to Neat Critter. I'll give you two because I want to do Cool Plant and I just did Neat Critter. A cool plant I'd like to tell you about is Cape Sundew. A Cape Sundew is it's a carnivorous plant. So if you've seen like a pitcher plant in which flies, like fall into what looks like a pitcher, or of course a Venus flytrap, Cape Sundew is similarly a carnivorous plant, and it has what look like a cattail reeds, like it's just like a long grassy stem, and then this like beautiful dew that's just like this reddish, like just like a little sunburst of dew on the ends of it, and it produces a very faint smell. I've never been able to smell it myself in the few that I've had. That attracts flies, and it curls up around them and traps them in it. And the dew is covered in the enzymes that slowly digest the fly. If you have one as a plant, as a house plant, you do have to give it distilled water because it gets all its mineral nutrient needs from the bugs. And if you give it regular tap water, it has too much nutrition in it. It'll mess up the plant. I did do that once, and I did kill a carnivorous plant that way. And also, I keep meaning to buy another pitcher of distilled water because, like, yes, you could distill it on the stovetop at home, but that is so much energy to do something that costs 90 cents at a grocery store. So I do have a different carnivorous plant that's struggling right now because I forgot to buy more distilled water. Thank you so much for your donation to Twin Cities Public Media. I'm also going to give you Meat Critter because it did land on that one, but I thought it really landed on this one. A neat living thing I would like to tell you about. Let me think. What's a good one? What's a good one? Oh, I'd like to tell you about the difference between centipedes and millipedes. Millipedes are the ones with more legs, and they're freakier looking, but they move slower, and they're not the freaky ones. I mean, they're like freaky to look at, and I don't want to touch me. But they're not like, yeah, I'm gonna get bit. Centipedes. Oh my maniacs! They move so fast. Centipedes fewer legs, and also they have the two big ones on their head. They can move super fast. They can eat like small rodents. It's crazy. They bite really, really, really hard, and they have like acidic saliva that like pre-digests. They can almost jump, like not quite, but they can like spring-loaded run. Centipedes are really awful. So if you see one that looks like it's a bully that's gonna like terrorize the other little ground critters, that one's a centipede. That's my neat critter, a neat in a bad way. It's a very impressive predatory insect. Ooh, someone's giving me a tip about if I have to temporarily give tap water to my plants that require distilled. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take someone at their word. They said they don't know how to share the screenshot. It's the email in the pinned comment, but send it anyway. But I will take your word. That is another donation to Arizona Public Media. Thank you for donating to PBS. I will spin the wheel. It's not weighted evenly. Let's go on this one. Try it. So bad it's good sci-fi. All right. Let me think. I've seen so many. I oh, Plan 9 from Outer Space is perhaps the most classic, the first ever. So bad it's good to reach cult following status. I had a very memorable experience the first time I watched Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's black and white. It's an old black and white, very, very bad sci-fi. I don't remember if it is Ed Wood, but it's like an Ed Wood style, certainly from that era. It was made in the 50s. It is alien invasion, black and white, bad sci-fi. Literally, like you can see the fish line, on the back when they do the spaceship scenes. I mean, just magnificently bad. It was made for a budget of a nickel and a handshake. So, in Plan 9 from Outer Space, the aliens are vampires, and one of the vampires is Bela Lugosi, like Dracula himself. This is late in his life, late in his career. Bela Lugosi had a really hard time breaking out in the mold of playing that sort of character. He kind of got typecast as Dracula, and Dracula but by another name forever. And so late in his life, he played like a cheap version of Dracula, like bad makeup, cheap polyester costume in Plan 9 from Outer Space. I saw that movie when I lived in Philly. and it was like an outdoor movie night in which they projected the movie on the side of a building. We all watched in the courtyard. Cool, very classic city thing to do. The side of that building, the Betsy Ross house, the historic landmark Betsy Ross house, next to the big flag that is not the flag. They have like a big reproduction hanging on the side of the building. Next to that, Plan 9 from Outer Space. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Plan 9 is Ed Wood. Thank you for fact checking. Oh, everyone's absolutely sure. If I lay the wheel flat, it will spin better. That makes sense. All right, I'm going to watch a couple minutes of this while I catch my breath because I'm talking a lot and it's very warm in this apartment. We are watching the Ig Nobels for anyone who has just joined. 95 people. Hello. This is so cool. I've never done a big live stream before. I did a test live stream the other day, and it was a mess. For anyone who's just joined, this is the live stream watching the Ig Nobels. The link in the comment is in the pinned comment. If you donate to your local PBS station, send me an email. I will spin the wheel, and thank you for the fun fact. Wait, someone in the chat just said, very late in his life, meaning Bela Lugosi in the movie Plan 9 from Outer Space. He died during production? What? Wikipedia? Tell me if this is true. Look at that. Okay, according to Wikipedia. So Bela Lugosi, in the movie. Okay. Bela Lugosi, it was filmed before his death in August of 56. The movie came out in 57. Ed Wood shot silent footage of Lugosi for another unfinished film, which they put into Plan 9. Is that why he's a vampire in that? Okay, sorry, I'm going to get totally sidetracked. I have got to read up all about the production of Plan 9 from Outer Space now. Oh my goodness. That is so interesting. I love this sort of thing. I bought, I forget, it's another one of these campy schlock made on a super small budget movies. I bought one at a record store the other day, and I looked it up, and I wish I remember the name of the movie. It's on my shelf in the other room. But it has bonus features, and I couldn't find those bonus features anywhere online, so I'm going to rip that part of the DVD and put it up on archive, because I think that's a good thing to do. So I am raising money for PBS. For anyone who did not hear the other times I mentioned, if you give money to your local PBS station, I will check this email address. Oh, we got more! Anyone who gives to their local PBS station and sends me an email with a screenshot of that with their information redacted. I don't care if you give them $1. I don't care if it's one time or recurring. Doesn't matter to me. Send me a screenshot that proves that you gave to your local PBS station. I'll spin this wheel and give you a fun fact. Okay. From initials WCR the third to North Carolina PBS. Right on. And they included a picture of their dog dressed up as R2-D2. Oh my god. It's so cute. And then a hot dog that looks like their dog. Oh my god. Thank you for that. Here is your fun fact. Where's my hoverboard? This is the first one. Okay. So the category "Where's my hoverboard?" I imagine this, or I intend this to be complaining about future stuff we ought to have by now. So there's the obvious. Where's my maglev train across the country that that takes me there in 2 hours? But I'd like to, in particular, complain about some lesser known or lesser expected. Where is the research on making it so that you don't have to manually learn things? Like there's so much tech and subscription services and software about making learning easier, faster, shortcuts to learning. No. Why do I have to learn anything at all? Why can't a fully encapsulated piece of information just be inserted into my brain? Why can't I instantaneously download a knowledge like one does a file? Where is that research? Where's my hoverboard? I want to just have Calc 2 put in my brain. It was put in there the manual way, the long, boring way in which I had to learn it. Why can't I just know it? Why can't I just have Calculus 2 put it, just pop it in? Think about how much more a human could do in their lifetime. How much more science and research and technology and the arts and everything could advance if you could just instantaneously know the useful thing and then act on it. We spend so much time learning. But until then, I'll enjoy learning because it's the next best thing to instantaneously knowing. For anyone who's just joined, this is a live stream. This is our watch party for the Ig Nobels. Ig Nobels are awards for science. Silly science that first makes you laugh, then makes you think. If you send me a screenshot of a donation you made to your local PBS station or PBS.org, the whole organization, if you don't have a local one, send me a screenshot with your information redacted, email it to the address in the pinned comment, I'll spin the wheel. Alabama Public Television. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Initials CT. Thank you so much for donating to Alabama Public Television. Let's spin the wheel. Great sci-fi. I'm gonna say it was great sci-fi. Okay. Tell you about a great sci-fi. Ooh. Let me think. I mean, again, they're all going to be kind of basic because of the first ones that come to mind. I didn't prepare a list for anything before this, even though again that would have been smart. The original Blade Runner. Hot take. I like it better than Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Don't get me wrong, I like Philip K. Dick, but I think the movie is a better version of that story. Original Blade Runner, just a magnificent movie. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. I used to for years have as my desktop background the overhead shot of the miniatures of the city of Los Angeles in the future, which is the present but in the future in that movie. And I had that as my desktop background because I just thought it was such a beautiful set they made. And it's such an introspective movie. It invites you to think about what does it even mean to be a person? What are the standards of personhood? You can use it as an analogy for thinking about all sorts of other people, about how we decide if they are people and what qualifications. It's good, just literally as a movie about, do these robots count as people? But it's even better like when it just sort of like drifts into your mind when you think about Blade Runner again, like with should AI ever get way better than it currently is, and it is functionally autonomous? Is that personhood? What if it has no corporeal form? Well, what about a person on life support? Their corporeal form is less relevant to their sense of self than it was when they were moving around. Yeah. Blade Runner. Everyone go watch original Blade Runner. Okay. Oh no, what I was talking about, I wish you could just download knowledge. So put in the chat, this working knowledge of Python brought to you by NordVPN. Speaking of VPNs, in case you're curious, I do use a VPN. I use Proton. They only just started doing ads, which is very interesting to me. They I think they have a YouTube channel now. I use Proton because it costs an amount of money that makes sense. If the server time that I would be using for a company in order for them to be a middleman to mask my internet traffic, if the amount of money I give them doesn't make sense that it could pay for the server time, the fractional server time I use to browse the internet, I don't trust that. That's my simple statement. But also, Proton, they're a very thoughtful organization. Stuff that I use. Uh, VPNs don't work like how ads say they do. I want to do a whole video about that. I'm internet friends with Reject Convenience, if you know that YouTube channel. And I'm hoping to work with him to make a video that explains what the hell is a VPN? Do you actually need one? What's that for? And does it do all the stuff that they promise in the ads? Hint, no. No, it doesn't. Let's check. There's more donations. Oh, sweet. I got to PBS SoCal. That's my local PBS station. Right on. PBS SoCal. That's my local PBS station. Someone else lives in my same PBS area. Initials CS. Thank you so much for donating to our local PBS station. CS. That's so cool. Let's go. I'm gonna try some suggestion of laying it flat. See if it goes any better. That's already worse. But, okay, we're gonna lay it flat because this thing is taller than this thing. I'll see. No, that's not better. Okay. This definitely used to have an actual counterweight on the back of it. I don't know where it went, so I got some washers. Just some like hardware store washers. And I'm gonna do it again. I keep getting neat critter. There we go. So bad it's good sci-fi. Okay. Let me think of a good. So bad it's good sci-fi. I am a great lover of bad sci-fi. Oh, I watched a very weird So Bad It's Good. Let me double check I have the name of this right. It was a movie with Rupert Grint, from Harry Potter. And it's about it's this movie is about faking the moon landing. So NASA is starting to get nervous that like, oh no, we might not be able to like actually do it. We better have a backup because we promised everyone we're going to show it. Ah, shoot. So go again. Okay, someone hire some artists to go make a fake moon landing just in case. We'll have it. We'll have it as backup, but we're going to try to do it for real. But we're going to make this movie as a backup. And so Rupert Grint has to go out and find people to make this movie because he said he was a director, even though he's not. Ron Perlman is like a scary CIA guy. He's so scary in this movie. Not Ron Perlman. What's that actor's name? I'm doing a very bad job right now. Okay, I'm on IMDb. I'm gonna get the details in a second. I swear I got it, everyone. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. It was called Moonwalkers. Okay, in a movie called Moonwalkers. That's my So Bad It's Good sci-fi. It's a movie in which they try to fake the moon landing, and they do a terrible job. But at the end, they don't need to use the fake moon landing footage because they actually did it. NASA, like at the last minute, they're like, "Oh wait, we got it. We actually went to the moon. Oh, thank God, because you guys are doing a terrible job of faking the moon landing." I think it's supposed to be kind of campy, but it's not good at being campy. It's just kind of a bad movie. But it's a good time bad movie. Yeah, it's definitely not bad in the way that they meant it to be. I think they meant for it to be like an offbeat, somewhat dark humor, but it's not a good movie. That's my So Bad It's Good. Whoa, holy cow, Angela Collier gave 50 bucks. Holy cow. Thanks so much. You're so cool. I watched one of your videos yesterday. Nina Rooney. If you could put in the chat if you meant that for me or for PBS. if you meant it for PBS, I'm gonna give it to my local station, PBS SoCal. Let me get the inbox open. If anyone doesn't know, Angela Collier makes really, really good long form videos about all sorts of things related to their discipline in science and also just things that bother them in the news and in life. Um, my favorite are various videos in which Angela Collier, you get a chance to do an impression of people who are super into physics conceptually, but don't do math. Therefore, they just quantum, 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 quantum. Those are among the best. Quantum, quantum, yeah. Okay, let's check if we have any AMAs. Okay, give me a minute to scroll back in the chat. I am really far back. For anyone just joining, I know I'm dressed like Miss Frizzle. That's mostly on purpose. I had Liz the Lizard out until it got too sweaty, so I'll have her out for a minute again. We are watching the Ig Nobels. For anyone unfamiliar, Ig Nobels are awards for science that first makes you laugh, then makes you think. If anyone's watching the stream, they didn't have a kid to do it this year, I guess. And so this dude is the please stop, I'm bored when someone goes overtime on their acceptance speech. Excellent. Someone in the chat said Angela Collier Sage collab. I cannot imagine what we would collaborate on. I have absolutely no overlap in knowledge or skills, but that'd be fun. I would happily help hold up the radio telescope. Okay, let's check the inbox. Ooh, we got one. Cat D? Are you Cat Von D? Are you that Cat D? Cat D has donated to their local PBS station. Ooh, and they got Passport. For anyone unfamiliar, PBS Passport is like the unlimited to watch everything on the PBS app. So old episodes, things like that. You can watch a lot for free on the PBS streaming service. But thank you. Oh, you're from Arizona Public Media. Thanks so much, Cat D. Let's try once again to get this to spin well. I wish it would spin to the other side. Nope, it went in full circle. Okay, so that is good sci-fi. Let's see. What else have I got in the noodle? Oh, I'm going to open my IMDb to see what I've given ratings. That makes sense. Let's see. Am I signed in on this machine? I am not. That'll take too long. So thank you for your donation. I'm going to check my IMDb to give you a good so that it's good sci-fi because I thought I could come up with one on right off the old dome, and I cannot. Let's see. Okay, what have I given a 10 out of 10 even though it didn't deserve it? Oh, how could I forget? Demolition Man. Only arguably is so bad as it. I think it's just good. But Demolition Man is a sci-fi movie in which Sylvester Stallone does crimes, and it's the future. And his punishment for crimes is to be like in suspended animation for I think like 50 or 100 years, which he experiences. Like he is kept alive. He's like frozen. But he's like I could perceive that whole time. You kept me artificially alive. And so they melt him down because they need to catch an even bigger criminal that only Stallone, frozen from the past, could solve. And who's that even bigger, badder criminal? Wesley Snipes. It's one of Wesley Snipes' best roles. He's so unbelievably cool in this role. Demolition Man is very silly. In the future, there's only one restaurant, including the nice restaurants, and it's Taco Bell. Oh, Demolition Man is so good. Um, Again, some people would say it's just outright good. Some people think it's so bad it's good. I'm gonna call it a so bad it's good because it is quite silly, and I don't think it's meant to be silly. Um, Similarly, another so bad it's good, Johnny Mnemonic. Johnny Mnemonic stars Keanu Reeves, and if you haven't seen it, I will not spoil it, even though it's a movie older than I am. You gotta see Johnny Mnemonic. Uh, Pre-Matrix, Keanu Reeves is in the future, and he has to get a hard drive from one place to another. I think it's like implanted in him some way. It's where that meme of Keanu Reeves doing this with like Nintendo Power Gloves and like a thing on his face. It's where that comes from. It's crazy. Johnny Mnemonic is a crazy movie. Whatever you think the mid movie twist is gonna be when he finally gets where he's going, whatever you think is gonna happen, whoever you think it is he's gonna encounter, it's not that. It's crazier than that, I promise. I hope other people can attest to this. I've seen Johnny Mnemonic. That is a so bad it's good. Let's check the inbox. Oh my goodness. Someone who previously emailed me with a donation sent a follow-up email with their dogs, but they're so cute. Thank you for that initial CS. All right. I got a super. I don't fully know what that means, but there's a little animation in the chat now, and someone. What? Someone gave $10. More than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Ingestion. I have an error message. I have an error message. I wish I could show you the error message. On top of the stream, there's an error message which says more than one ingestion is using the primary URL. Send one stream. What? What? Do you mean instance? More than one ingestion? That's so weird. I wish I could show you the error message. Can I screen share my own screen? My own chat screen? Let's see. Can I screen share? It's oh, I can't. Okay, everyone. This is about to be recursive. Don't freak out. Everyone look at this error message. Do you see this as it goes recursive? Error. More than one ingestion is using the primary URL. That's so bizarre. Okay, let's see if Dr. Mitosis is in here. No, I don't know what that is. That's so weird. Okay. Let's go back to screen sharing so we can watch the Ig Nobels. I am Sage the Bad Naturalist. This stream is where we, this is the watch party for the Ig Nobels. And I'm doing this as a fundraiser for your local PBS station. Give a donation to your local PBS station and send me a screenshot with your information redacted. I will thank you by spinning this wheel and giving you a fun fact in one of the categories in the slices. Okay, let's check. Let's check the inbox. Hey, we got another one. Oh my goodness. From someone who let's see. We got a donation from initials HS. Thank you, HS. And thank you for the picture of your cat. Oh my god, your cat is so cute. Did you say what your cat's name is? You did not. Tell me what this cat is called. If you're still in this, tell me what this cat is called while I spin the wheel. The cat is so cute. Oh my god. Great old Ig. Okay, this is where I tell you about a previous Ig Nobel winner that I think is neat, that I think is good. I shared this one in the test stream, but only a few people saw that, so I'll say it again here. My personal favorite is a dude who won an Ig Nobel, a first makes you laugh, then makes you think, for his silly research, and in the same year won a real Nobel Prize for the same research, which was graphene, in which he got a regular number 2 pencil and scribbled it on paper and then dusted it off, stuck a piece of regular scotch tape to it, lifted it off, and found that this was a genuinely effective way to assemble a layer of carbon 1 atom high. Reliably, effectively. It's called graphene. It's a material which is carbon 1 layer high. And he later did more stuff with it. But that's the start of the research. Scribble, scribble, scotch tape. Hey, look at that, new material. Dude won Ig Nobel and Nobel in the same year for the same research. That's so cool. All right, I'm going to mute the stream for myself so I can enjoy a little Ig Nobel and not hear myself talk for a second. The vegetarian's dilemma is what we are at right now. If you're out of sync on the stream. All right, let's check if we have any new donations. All right, I am going to stop talking so I can hear the Act 2 song. Again, if you need the link, it's in the pinned comment, as is the email address where you can send screenshots of your donations to your local PBS station. Don't have a local PBS station? Give to pbs.org. Oh no. I'm so anxious for what kind of dash war this is gonna be in the stream. Oh. I promised a PG-13. Uh-oh. Oh, thank God. Oh. It's about, what do you call that? Scavengers. What is the word for that? I guess I'm gonna learn. The most recent person. So glad I made it. Now I regret it a bit. Of all the times for you to tune in when I'm scared that the Ig Nobels are going to be about war. Well, there's the word, necrovore. Love something new. I wonder if a decomposer counts as a necrovore. I would assume that is, if that's a real term. They might have just combined a prefix suffix for the song. I don't know if anyone's actually said that before. Because obviously, like a vulture, eats dead things. I wonder if a decomposer counts. In which case, I guess all fungi, or all decomposer fungi, are. All right, let's check if we have any additional donations. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm doing this as a fundraiser for your local PBS station. Send me a screenshot of your donation to your local PBS station to the email in the pinned comment, and I will spin the wheel, give you a fun fact. Do we have any more? Oh, the cat from before is named Aslan. That's so cute. He's such a cute cat. Okay. Well, what is the noun of assemblage for vultures? Let's see. Oh, a group of vultures is called a wake, like at a funeral. Ooh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. And sometimes called a committee. That's a good noun of assemblage. All right. For anyone who would like to ask an AMA, go ahead. Just do AMA and then colon so that I can notice in the chat. Go ahead and ask me anything while I wait for another opportunity to spin the big wheel. For anyone who donates to their local PBS station, give PBS some money. Doesn't matter how much. Doesn't matter to me. Give them $1. Ooh, I have a question. Um, if I could have lunch with anyone, living or dead, living or extinct, who would it be? Well, anyone implies a person, even though you said extinct. That's interesting. Now I'm thinking about extinct animals I'd like to sit around with. It sounds trite, but it sure would be nice to hang out with Carl Sagan. I went to college in Ithaca, New York. I went to the school that he taught at. I went to Cornell, if you could believe that. Not everyone who goes to fancy schools turns out to make something of themselves, as it turns out. Not all alumni are successful. Some of us have the same sort of life we had before we went there. Anyway, so yeah, I went to Cornell, and Carl Sagan taught at Cornell, and that is why I wanted to go there, even though he died before I was born. So they obviously have a lot of stuff about him at the university, including this is so cool. The first week I was there, I went to the library, and I love university library. My God, I love archives. They had on cassette tapes from some of his like open lectures, like not like lectures of like a class he taught, but just like he'd do like these like a lecture, like a drop in. Anyone can attend, and they recorded them on cassette, and you could just check it out from the library. And the library had cassette players and headphones. So one time I sat in the library while eating a snack and listening to a lecture from Carl Sagan that he delivered at the university I was at 20 years prior, 30 years prior, um, which that's kind of like having a meal with someone dead. Yeah, that's what I think. Fascinating, cool guy. All right, checking the chat. Let's see. Someone said they're studying to be a biologist, and I am an inspiration. Holy cow! I'm flattered and a little bit confused. That's wonderful. Please continue studying to be a biologist. Go outside and look at a bug, and that counts as studying. That counts as studying. When you go outside and look at a bug. Good job. I have once again gotten the error message. More than one ingestion is using the URL. What does that mean? I'm gonna Google this error message. Boy, that's not even like a translation, something weird. It has to do with the audio. I think it is just that I have both headphones and a built-in microphone in the. Let's see if I saw. I mean, is the audio anyone? Is it tolerable? I know it's not super great audio. So audio is coming from my headphones, and I'm sure the fan is an annoying sound. But my apartment is very warm. We don't have air conditioning, and I can't even run a fan because it'll be too loud. So I gotta do this instead. Ooh, have I ever visited the Burke Natural History Museum in Seattle? No, but I sure would like to. Um, uh, I have been to Seattle exactly once. I was visiting my uncle. He studied at University of Washington, and I had such a good time. I was only there for a weekend. I think the museum was closed, or for some reason or another we couldn't go because he took me to a whole bunch of museums and a couple cool branches of the public library there. He is very much the same personality type. We are the bookish, awkward ones of the family. Also, the two gay ones in the family. I don't know what to make of that, other than that we're clearly excellent. Um, God, I wish I would have seen it. You remind me to add it to my Pacific Northwest bucket list. Safe the Bad Naturalist, the channel, myself, the channel, who is me, will be going to taking a train to Pacific Northwest later this year or early next year, probably more on the early next year side. It was supposed to be September, but I have strep throat, and now everything is pushed off. Everything got pushed back a few weeks. So I'm going to the Pacific Northwest, traveling by train, making my first ever long vlog video as I go up to Redwoods to look at some mushrooms. That'll be later this year or early next year. And that is courtesy of someone who generously donated on Ko-Fi. I put one of those like fundraise goals, and like one or two people did the whole fundraiser. It was enough to cover an Amtrak ticket. So that's going to be awesome. I love it up there. I live in the hot, arid part of the Pacific coast, and it's nice most of the time, except this current time right now, where it is just so unbelievably hot in this apartment. My apartment is in a very old building, so the only air conditioning anyone can have is a window unit, and they're so loud. I could not have it on in here. Train, mushroom, rainbow. Exactly. That was a very good summary of what I just rambled. Thank you. Let's check if there are any more donations to local PBS stations. No new donations at the moment. If you would like to AMA, go ahead. Just be sure to put AMA : so I can notice it in the chat. For anyone who might be out of sync on the live stream of the Ig Nobels, the awards for silly science, we are at, I believe, Act 3 of the mid-show opera. All right. Let me find a way to make this a little easier to see. So I'm not totally looking away. Someone else said I also study biology, which is why I donate. Boy, do I understand. Oh my gosh. Learning. Why is learning so expensive? Speaking of portable air conditioners, I have been trying to make what's called a Zeer, Zeer, Zeer pot. I've been meaning to make one for a while. I have all the materials. I just keep forgetting to sit down and do it. It's a form of passive evaporative cooler. So I live near the coast, so it's pretty humid here, but it's not the same kind of the experience is not the same kind of humid as like in the American South. Excuse me. So it hypothetically it should work a little. So evaporative coolers are essentially cold water, let it get into the air where you are. Usually there's a fan to blow cool down damp air on you. Um, so the Zier pot is a very very old form of evaporative cooling. It works on the same principle as an Oya. If you're familiar with that, if you're a gardener, especially if you live somewhere arid, an Oya is a terracotta pot that's like gourd shaped, like it's a bulb and then a long skinny neck. You put water in it and you bury it next to your thirsty plants in the arid season, and the water percolates out. So once that part of the soil is saturated, it won't percolate out anymore because it's at like equilibrium. And the plants will gradually wrap their roots around the Oya. So it's a really effective way if you have a limited amount of water and you're somewhere where it's quite hot. It's an effective way to root water your planted your in-ground plants. So the Zier pot evaporative cooler works a little bit like that. It's also terracotta. You put it usually in a pot and you put stones and a fan and water. And I think it's only comfortable like if you're right in front of it. But I tried. I've tried several times to make evaporative coolers. I tried making a really big one with a box fan and a cooler a couple years ago, and it was comfortable if you sat directly in front of it. But then it did make the whole room like damp to the touch, so that wasn't really viable. The ambient humidity was just too high. Okay, let's check the chat. Oh, someone with username It Buddha. Let's see. Maybe I do have. Oh my goodness! I don't know why I didn't see it before. Yes. Thank you so much, It Buddha, for donating to your local PBS station. Oh, PBS SoCal. We're neighbors. Hello, It Buddha at PBS SoCal. This picture of you dressed up as an alien, or I don't know if that's you, or just this picture of an alien on a dinosaur. Fascinating. I don't know why I don't know why the alien has a pig nose, but I like it. Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, dealer's choice, which in this case will be Sage talks about the public library. If you are a person who likes to read magazines, magazines have been one of the things that's kind of hard to get over the internet. We've kind of never figured out a great way to do that. There is another library subscription service that you can use to read magazines and comic books called Hoopla, Hoopla. Same thing. You log in with your public library card details, and you can check out magazines and comic books. It's the same way that all the digital checkout works for these library services. Excuse me. So it's only for a limited time, and you view it like in there. It's really cool. There's quite a few publications that I like enough that I enjoy keeping up with them, that I like reading them, but I don't quite like enough to pay for every month because like I don't read it every month. I'm there for like one little bit of it. Especially like the various like art and fashion magazines. It's just a photo album, and not that that's not a lot of work, but I'm not gonna pay money to get a photo album in the mail. Yeah, Hoopla, Hoopla. That's a thing that you can get totally free with your public library card. Just log in with your details. Nearly every major library system, at least in North America, is connected to it. And if not, if you look up your region or country's library network, if you live in a place that has substantial high-speed internet, your library probably has agreements with, if not Hoopla and Canopy, similar services. That there's just so much high-quality media you don't need to pay for, because having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. Arthur is a great show. It's on PBS, which we're fundraising for. So thank you again, Lil Buddha, for donating to our local PBS station. Oh, someone put in the chat, Hoopla's app does have audiobooks. There's another thing you don't need to pay for. You know, Amazon bought Audible. You do not need to be paying Audible. You do not need to be paying money for your audiobooks. That's a book. You know where you get books? The public library. Unless you like need to have a saved copy, like if you're going to go on a long road trip and you want like an offline copy, then yeah, that makes sense to buy that. But don't be giving Amazon money when you don't gotta. Use your library card. Oh, and similarly, Overdrive. In some library networks, they use Overdrive, and other ones they use Hoopla. Essentially, similar services. And the cool thing about, just in general, the cool thing about using these media services through your public library is that there's generally a higher standard of quality. So there's no slop, basically, because there's no monetary incentive. The reason why slop exists on the internet is a poorly structured monetary incentive. No one would put out so much garbage if there weren't a chance to earn money from it. There's not that many people interested in making garbage for garbage sake. Most people who are driven to do that do it for the monetary incentive. So like everything that's on Canopy and Hoopla and Overdrive, they're good. Not like all of the best there is, but like things are what they claim to be. There's not garbage to sift through that is deceptive or made to look like another title or another publication, or another show that the what used to be like parking lot bootleg DVD knockoffs. Like a lot of the internet right now is parking lot bootleg DVD knockoffs. An effective way to filter that out is to access your entertainment media through the public library. I'm telling you, it's an incredible institution. It's amazing. So many of us have access to them. The Ig Nobel Aviation Prize. Paper airplane time. The Aviation Prize, studying whether ingesting alcohol can impair bats' ability to fly and also their ability to echolocate. Fantastic. The things people do with their minds and grant money. Ethanol ingestion affects flight performance and echolocation in Egyptian fruit bats. Oh, look at the bat. It's so cute. Why is the bat so cute? They're usually kind of freaky looking. Enlightening and lightly ridiculous. That's another great way to describe research that first makes you laugh, then makes you think. I know I should find all bats cute, but like the ones with the smushy noses where like it looks like if you shine a light you could see up into their brain. I don't think they're cute. They're not like ugly cute. They're just ugly. Though I do like dogs that have super smush faces. I know it's bad. I know we should stop developing further smushy faced dogs. Those are hard for them to breed, but they are cute. Someone put in the chat, spare a thought to everyone who wrote those grant proposals. Absolutely. Oh, here comes the this year's Miss Sweetie Poo. Please stop. I'm bored. Fantastic. Oh, the physics prize is always good. Once again, this is a live stream. We are the watch party for the Ig Nobels. Hop in and join if you need the link. It's up in the pinned comment. If you donate to your local PBS station, I will spin this wheel because that's a good thing to do. Pasta sauce physics. Discoveries about the physics of pasta sauce, especially that the phase transition, which causes clumping. Magnificent. Oh my goodness. Yeah, if someone's gonna invite me to their University of Washington, I'll come by whatever the student union building is to talk to the free subscribers to the channel who go to your school. That sounds like fun. What do you go to what part of Washington is that? I'm totally serious. Person from Bremerton, Washington. Send me an email. Not to this one. Although yeah, I could send it to this one. It doesn't matter. Send me an email. Yeah, I need a list of things to do when I eventually go to Washington. Oh, this place is it's up in the squiggly part of Washington. Ooh, that's the most exciting part. Yeah, there's great weird nature stuff. Nice. Oh, and someone has informed me you can take a ferry between Bremerton, Washington to Seattle. Love a good ferry ride. Let's check the inbox. This is so silly. Okay. Public media donation, right on. Thank you for donating to your local PBS station. Initials RG. Thank you. That's a cool thing you did. Time to spin the wheel. Cool plant. No, I'm gonna say it's cool plant because it's not a balanced wheel. Okay. Ooh, let me think of a really good cool plant. Well, since we were talking about Washington, and therefore the Pacific Northwest is on the mind. While not a particularly unique opinion, I do love giant sequoia. Giant sequoia trees, giant redwood trees. For anyone who has not seen one, however big you think they are, bigger. It's truly breathtaking. They are so big. Here's the cool plant fact. They actually individually these trees support their own sub ecosystems, as many trees do. They're home to bugs and fungi and birds that make nests in there. But no. Giant redwoods go way further than that. Some of the especially the sort of like lower and mid branches, they're so big that it's like pretty substantial lateral space above the forest floor. And for branches, which have developed some kind of dip in them, water will naturally collect in there. It's fresh water because it's rainwater and precipitation. When water collects in there, there are aquatic aquatic animals in the little pools of water that collect on the large branches of redwood trees, like swimming things, which are only seen in there. How they got up there before it was wet, how they get from tree to tree to spread population, somewhat unclear. The general guess is birds and wind, but that's nuts. Especially when you think about it's a relatively new observation, which how could that be? Redwood trees have been around forever. Humans have lived where there are redwood trees for centuries. They're for a couple thousand years now. Because think about it. It's quite difficult to climb up there. Most of the view of redwood trees we've ever seen is this way. But looking down this way, midway through the tree, not like in a helicopter or drone or something, but like you have to climb up there to look at it. And that's a hard thing to do. That many humans throughout time have been up there. I don't know if like prehistoric people in the Americas did that. Who knows? That would make sense. That's a good place to be. Like, what a fascinating thing! There's little aquatic ecosystems on the branches of redwood trees. What? Oh, Hyperion. Hyperion. If I'm not mistaken, that is the absolute largest, right? The biggest redwood tree. Let me double check that. Yeah. It's the tallest known living tree. It's about 350 feet tall, and we weren't sure which tree was the tallest tree until about 20 years ago. What do you mean we didn't know which tree was the tallest tree? Well, because they're all like on uneven ground. So like the one that sticks out highest, well, that might be on a hill. So in order to figure out which tree is the tallest tree, we had to use like lidar to measure. Yeah, and its exact location is not a published fact. You can't, if you go up to Redwood Forest, like to national parks, you're not going to get a map that tells you how to get to the tallest tree. Because they thought this through and they realized people would be weird and probably not good about that. So you're not supposed to go find it. And if you do figure out where it is, you're not supposed to tell anyone. And also, don't touch it. Leave the tree alone. Yes, they are forbidden trees. Okay, checking back in the chat. Let's see if I missed anything. Well, here's the thing about wanting to poke that giant redwood tree, even though you're not supposed to, is that you won't know the difference. You could poke a different giant redwood tree that seems like the tallest. It'll be the same experience. Okay, let's check if we have any new donations to local PBS stations. The musical act continues, the mid-show opera. All right, no new donations at the moment. Uh, Go ahead and if anyone would like to AMA, just I prefer that you put AMA first, and then so that I could easily recognize in the chat. And I do believe Dr. Mitosis is about to join us. Dr. Mitosis is my little brother. He is the chat moderator, so don't say anything you wouldn't want my family to know. Let's see. My connection is admittedly not great. I have Spectrum. If anyone lives in an area that has Spectrum internet, you'll know. All right. Do we have any AMAs? Out of context, unfortunately, I have Spectrum too. Sounds like you're really bummed about being autistic. All right. Dr. Mitosis is about to join. All right. We got an AMA. We have do I have any suggestions about good PBS shows to watch? Oh, well, I mean, there are so many. I Love Antiques Roadshow. Oh my gosh, there's another one of my comfort shows. It again, just another show that just absolutely chill. I just chill right out. Some other shows that you may enjoy. There is a series called Craft in America, and it's a series with I don't know how many seasons, at least 20, I think. And they're like hour to hour and a half episodes about a unique American craft. So one's about quilting, one's about whittling. That's a great show. It is the pointless photo opportunity. I do believe we are near the end of the awards. We are at the end of the awards. Um, Last chance to give to your local PBS station. Therefore, get a spin of the wheel. This is such a silly bit. Someone asks AMA, "Is your favorite Pokemon Among Us?" Not only do I not play Among Us, I don't Pokemon. I I got nothing. I can't even riff on that. Last chance for an AMA and last chance. Well, you can always donate to your local PBS station, but if you want to do so and get a spin of the wheel, you know, do that now. The Ignobel's concluded. Oh, excuse me, they hosted at Boston University, not MIT. How could I? How could I? I'm so sorry, Boston University. You are your own distinct, esteemed institution. I've meant to subscribe to Annals and Probable Research. I wonder if I can get it through my local public library. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop screen sharing, answer the last few. All right. I'm going to stop screen sharing, answer the last few AMAs. But thank you all for joining. Thank you for giving to your local PBS stations, and those who didn't give, thanks for joining anyway. This has been fun. The ad revenue from this stream goes to my local PBS station. And anyone who did a super like or a chat thing, that's for my little brother. He's the chat moderator, Dr. Mycosis. Thankfully, he did not have to kick anyone out. Thank you all for being good. Let me answer those last AMAs, and then that's it. Eat a snack, take a nap, do whatever you want with your life. AMA, what's my favorite junk food? Nerd clusters. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did it take them so long to invent that? It's garbage, and they're so good. I get a stomach ache from like just sugar bomb candy pretty easily, and I will reliably eat them to stomach ache. They're so good. Love a Nerds cluster. Um, let's see. What's my favorite cephalopod? A nautilus. What a fun, neat little critter. I like the fact that their mouth comes out like that's cool. That's a great body plan for mouths to come out like oh nautilus. Great critter. That is I think they are cephalopods, right? Even though they have an outer bit. Let me make sure that's right. Pretty sure it's- Yes, yeah, it's nautilus or cephalopods. Okay, just had to be sure. Okay, let's see. Gonna finish up the remaining AMAs. Oh, it just dumped a whole bunch at once. I wonder if I had poor connection for a minute. AMA, have I heard of a neuroganthus? No, hooked on phonics. Anuronathus. Anuronathus? Let's see. I have not, but let's see. Again, UROGN. An extinct genus of small pterosaur from the late Jurassic. Wait, how small? You look so small. How small is this? Not to literally do a why are you so small? How are you so small? Oh, it's so small. It's estimated to have weighed 1.4 ounces and had a 14-inch wingspan. Oh, why are you so small? Fantastic. Now I want to make a little model of one. Okay. And I'll take two more. Someone said perfect timing because I want to go play League of Legends now. You're not the only one about to do that. I know for a fact that when the stream is ended, or if she hasn't already, my girlfriend has stopped watching me and is playing League of Legends right now. Okay, last ones. Fat Bear of the Week. Of course, I have feelings about the Fat Bear of the Week. This is the last question I'll take. Uh, love Fat Bear Week. It's a great way for that national park in Alaska to get attention, to presumably earn some donations, and to bring attention to how bears work. Fat Bear Week is a brilliant campaign. For anyone who doesn't know, Fat Bear Week is when they do bracket style voting, and for all the trail cams that they have in this park in Alaska, they well, all the bears that are either tagged or otherwise tracked and known. You vote on which one's your favorite and how fat they've gotten over the season right before they hibernate. Amazing. I think Otis has won several years in a row because he's just an unbelievably big bear. Um, oh, so good. What a great institution. Love Fat Bear Week. Similarly, Fat Squirrel Week, I think is I want to say University of Pennsylvania does that one. I may be wrong on that, but there is Fat Squirrel Week as well. Listen, that's it. Thanks. Bye.